What turns a colony into a nation? How does a people decide they've had enough of foreign rule? In the early 19th century, Argentina faced these very questions, igniting a struggle that would reshape South America forever. Picture this. It's 1810, and the world is changing. Napoleon has invaded Spain, and across the Atlantic, a spark of revolution is about to explode into a blaze of independence. But this isn't just another history lesson. It's a tale of courage, cunning, and the birth of a nation. Argentina's fight for freedom wasn't just about breaking chains, it was about forging an identity. From the streets of Buenos Aires to the peaks of the Andes, ordinary people became extraordinary heroes. But who were these revolutionaries? What drove them to risk everything for independence? In the next few minutes, we'll unravel the complex tapestry of Argentina's journey from Spanish colony to sovereign state. It's a story of visionary leaders, daring military campaigns, and ideas that changed the course of history. Here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. By the end of this video, try to name 3 key figures in Argentina's independence movement. Succeed, and you'll earn the title of Gaucho Historian. Are you ready to dive into one of Latin America's most pivotal moments? Chapter 1. How Spain got its grip on Argentina. Let's travel back to the early 16th century. Spanish explorers, including Juan Díaz de Solís and Sebastian Cabot, set foot in what's now Argentina, making contact with indigenous peoples like the Guarani, Querandí, and Mapuche. In 1536, Pedro de Mendoza founded Buenos Aires, but the settlement faced significant challenges. Conflicts with indigenous groups and resource scarcity led to its temporary abandonment. It wasn't until 1580 that Juan de Garay successfully re-established Buenos Aires, turning it into a crucial hub for Spanish colonization in the region. Spain quickly asserted control through colonial administration, operating under the authority of the Spanish crown. The colonial economy focused primarily on agriculture, with a particular emphasis on livestock farming. Large estates, known as estancias, were developed for raising cattle and sheep. A significant administrative change came in 1776, when the Spanish established the Viceroyalty of the Rio de la Plata, with Buenos Aires as its capital. This reorganization aimed to improve governance and defense against Portuguese expansion and British commercial interests. If you're finding this historical expedition intriguing so far, consider subscribing to our channel. It's a great way to ensure you don't miss out on more fascinating journeys through time. Chapter 2. The Impact of Spanish Rule. Spanish rule in Argentina, lasting from the early 16th to the early 19th century, left an indelible mark on the region. Let's examine some of the positive and negative aspects of this colonial era. Positive impacts. Development of infrastructure, including roads and bridges. Growth of agriculture, particularly in livestock farming. Establishment of Buenos Aires as a major trade center. Negative impacts. Implementation of the encomienda and mita systems, leading to forced labor. Displacement and marginalization of indigenous populations. Introduction of European diseases, causing significant population decline. Economic dependence on Spain, hindering diversification. The Spanish imposed a mercantilist economic system, forbidding Argentina, like other colonies, from trading directly with other nations or manufacturing goods that would compete with Spanish imports. This system stunted local industrial development and created resentment among the colonists. The colonial period in Argentina lasted approximately 300 years. While it brought some developments, the negative impacts of colonization ultimately fueled the desire for independence. Chapter 3. The Seeds of Revolution. As we enter the early 19th century, discontent with Spanish rule was growing. Several factors contributed to the burgeoning independence movement. 1. Trade restrictions favoring Spain's economy over colonial development. 2. Political and social discrimination against criollos, locally born Spanish descendants. 3. Lack of political representation in Spanish Cortes, parliament. 4. Influence of Enlightenment ideas promoting individual rights and liberty. 5. Napoleon's invasion of Spain in 1808, which destabilized Spanish authority. An important precursor to the revolution was the British invasions of the Rio de la Plata in 1806 and 1807. Although repelled by local forces with minimal Spanish assistance, these events demonstrated the weakness of Spanish colonial control and boosted Creole confidence in their ability to self-govern. These factors culminated in the May Revolution of 1810 in Buenos Aires. This event led to the formation of the Primera Junta, First Assembly, which assumed governing authority in the name of the captive Spanish king, Ferdinand VII. The Primera Junta, established on May 25, 1810, included key figures such as Cornelio Saavedra as president and Mariano Moreno as secretary. This marked the beginning of the Argentine War of Independence, which would last until 1818. Chapter 4. Heroes of Argentine. Independence. Now, let's meet some of the key figures in Argentina's struggle for independence. Remember our challenge? Here's your chance to earn that Gaucho historian title. 1. José de San Martín. A military strategist and leader, San Martín organized the famous crossing of the Andes in 1817, a pivotal moment in the liberation of Chile and, subsequently, Peru. His Army of the Andes, which he trained in Mendoza, consisted of around 4,000 soldiers. Their successful crossing in January 1817 is considered one of the great military achievements in history. San Martín's efforts were crucial in securing independence not just for Argentina, but for a significant portion of South America. 2. Manuel Belgrano. A multi-talented patriot, Belgrano led military campaigns and created the Argentine flag. His victories, such as the Battle of Tucumán in 1812, boosted morale among independence supporters. Belgrano also served as a diplomat and economist, advocating for educational and economic reforms. 3. Mariano Moreno. An intellectual and political figure, Moreno founded La Gaceta de Buenos Aires, Argentina's first newspaper. He played a key role in spreading revolutionary ideas and organizing the May Revolution of 1810. Moreno's writings on liberty and democracy helped shape the ideological foundation of the independence movement. 4. Juan José Castelli. Known as the voice of the revolution, Castelli was both a lawyer and a military leader. He was one of the signatories of the Declaration of Independence and led important military campaigns in northern Argentina. Castelli was known for his fiery speeches and his advocacy for indigenous rights. The culmination of these efforts came on July 9, 1816, when the Congress of Tucumán formally declared Argentina's independence from Spain. The Congress, attended by representatives from several provinces of the former viceroyalty of the Rio de la Plata, was presided over by Francisco Narciso de la Prida. The declaration was signed by 29 deputies, marking the birth of a sovereign nation after centuries of colonial rule. Argentina's path to independence was a transformative journey that shaped the nation's identity. The bravery and dedication of figures like San Martín, Belgrano, Moreno, and Castelli laid the foundation for Argentina's sovereignty, inspiring generations to value freedom and self-determination. Today, Argentina stands as a diverse and vibrant nation, rich in culture and committed to democracy and human rights. Its journey from colony to independent state is a testament to the power of perseverance and the universal desire for freedom. If this exploration of Argentina's quest for independence has piqued your interest, there's so much more to discover about Latin American history. Why not check out our other videos to continue your journey through time? Remember, understanding our past is key to shaping our future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.